that has his fly spell,
With that.
and then I'm good.
With that.
I don't know, maybe that Bovardia's armor gives you a flying speed, who knows?
I mean, I don't understand why I have to adjust.
I know. Because next time you meet a beholder, you're just gonna stand there like, oh, hello. Can you come down, please?
Yes?
Fine strategy.
I do have ranged weapons, but where's the fun in that?
You slapped half of that battle, Rogue.
I know, it was glorious. Big nappy nap time. Shame it wasn't enough for a long rest.
Should we see if there's any loot?
The beholder just sort of rests on the nearby floor, peppered with arrows and all kinds of damage. You begin to see its body just slowly deflate. Each of you sort of moves over to where you previously stood. You sort of look over his body, and which you can see is starting to rapidly decompose. Not sort of Indiana Jones style, but definitely sort of, a bit more quicker than you expect. The white of his eyes has gone out. All right, yeah, webcam.
Ah! It's like my
Holy
lovely
shit,
haircut.
you got a haircut.
Yeah. No
You
more
got a haircut?
mullet. Yeah, no more mullet.
I still need to do that.
It's glorious.
Maybe next week. Fun times. So yeah, you have a little look over you. He's just there resting. The white of his eyes has gone out.
Can we stop the decomposing somehow?
Do you have any kind of magic?
Gentle repose.
What if we freeze it?
Do you have anything to freeze him with?
I
don't, but...
Blow on him. Go there.
I guess the cure wounds and those kind of stuff won't really do anything.
Doesn't seem to be, no. You need something a little bit stronger. Like, a lot stronger.
What about lesser restoration? Cure can end the disease or condition? No.
Make a medicine check.
Yes. Medicine is wisdom. No, I'm not good at wisdom. Oh, luck.
Okay.
You're not good at that? It's a +5.
No. It was intelligence I'm not good at. Sorry. I'm good at wisdom.
So what's the total? Okay, so it's still a 21. Right?
Lol. I was confusing it with intelligence.
Smart.
Okay, so what's the total?
What? No, this is the wisdom roll.
Okay, right.
The reason I thought I was not good at wisdom is because intelligence is -1, and I was thinking about what I used.
Okay, so you have a very quick look over Yu's body. He's dead. You're going to need something a hell of a lot stronger, a revivify, or some kind of resurrection or reincarnation.
Yes. Yeah, but are we able to get him back to a city, or?
I mean, his body's intact, so providing one of you's willing to carry it on out, because I mean, you's quite a big fella.
Can we put him in the bag of holding?
Yes, you could. Yes.
Not in mine, you're not.
Different flavors.
Had dead body flavor before.
At least those were children. Maybe adult tastes better.
Maybe.
Is that what you'd like to do, Mel?
Well, would it rot the things? Maybe it's better to carry him.
No, if anything, it would actually serve as a preservative because it's an extra dimension.
Okay, good.
Then and thankfully, you doesn't need to breathe right now, so...
I put him in the bag.
Okay, you sort of take Yu's body and you slowly ravel the bag over the top with his feet disappearing last into the bag.
Before we leave, I'm going to scoop up some more of that platinum.
Okay, so you head on back to the room over here, the one that Benjamin was previously looking into, and you find not mountains of platinum, but you find good, hefty stacks that you begin. Is that going in the bag of
It
holding?
is, yeah,
Okay.
along with the other stuff that I scooped up last session.
Wait, that's a bag of holding that holds all the alcohol.
Yes.
Okay, then you are writing down the
Yeah, that's
Loot.
fine.
those things.
That's fine.
Yes, so that's
Yeah.
one of
Do we
us writing.
trust a drunk panda with the loot?
Do we guys want to continue in this area or leave immediately? There's more rooms.
No, I mean, wait.
We found the artifact.
Yeah.
All right,
No,
just
right, and
loot
then-
the treasury and then go. I guess.
Yeah. Then go back.
You guys had no
to-
fun.
Well, I think reviving you is now high importance.
Okay. So with that, can you make an intelligence check, please, Z?
No.
No.
My specialty.
Just straight intelligence.
Yeah, please.
Wow.
Okay. So despite it not being your forte, you scoop up as much platinum as you can, and you're actually pretty good at keeping track of this stuff. So you reckon?
Wow.
Sorry, I got it written down.
Wow.
1 million.
We're gonna be rich.
Enough for Revivify, maybe.
Wow. Okay.
Alright. Are you writing that down?
Yes.
That's a lot of money.
Okay.
I just need to add it to the 11 gold that I currently.
Is it just Z in the room for like 2 hours counting?
I mean, yeah, it takes you about an hour to collect all of this up.
Hold it. That's Electrum. We don't want Electrum.
I mean, is Rogue taking everything, or is there anything we should?
I'll say you pretty much empty what you can find.
Because in this room, was it just coins and the armor?
It seems to be mostly coin and the armor, yeah. There's a few sort of basic pieces of adventuring gear, which you probably establish is from previous adventurers trying to make their way down here, but none of it looks particularly important or magical.
That is a
Okay.
lot of money.
Damn it. So many money. Okay, let's go back. Let's
Okay.
save our friend.
Very well. So you make your way back through the sewer network. Doesn't take you particularly long. You sort of get the gist of the way that you're going. You make your way out from the layer. You pass by the statues that you had previously saw. The ones
We
also.
Take them, right? The petrified people, like we said.
Mm-hmm.
Take him on the way back.
Yeah. VMAC, are you strong
Yeah.
enough to carry them?
Put them in the bag of holding.
Gently.
Gently.
Is that what you'd like to do?
Statue weigh a lot though.
Yeah, if it's possible, if I can get them in there without harming them.
Okay, make an athletics check, please.
How are we actually going to get them out? Are you guys just going to tip the bag over and just let it fall out?
Or should
You
I?
can specify what you pull out of the bag.
You still have to grab hold of it.
Yeah. VMAC's
I mean-
strong enough.
And
Yeah.
statues weigh, I think it's 100 times your normal weight.
The 5 times, don't.
5 times. Okay, I made.
So yeah, and a bag of holding is 500, so it's a full and explodes already immediately. So
I'm thinking maybe someone stronger should put them in the bag of holding.
There's 3 statues in total.
maybe have somebody else come down for it. That's like
Or we can help each other, like 2 people help each other trying to.
well,
get
if
the
you
bag.
break off a limb, I don't have glue for retaching that. That's the body part, right? That's an arm. I don't want to take people's arms off. Sounds like a negative.
Yeah.
I mean, I do think that this is a little bit more fragile than we should probably be tangling with.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should
We are
leave
not
them?
the gentle types.
Well, I mean, if we had like a pulley or a cart or something like that, we could just put them on. But even then, that still would be kind of fragile because we have to drag it all the way through the sewer, all the way.
Okay. So
It's
we're
bound to go
leaving them?
wrong.
Yeah.
Have some goddamn faith.
I mean, I don't have faith in my character being strong enough to handle the statues.
Seeing as to how one of the strong guys died, is an issue because nobody else is strong except for VMAC. Let's just say, what's your strength like?
-1.
Yeah. +8.
What?
Oh, that's
Sorry, that's a saving throw. So it's a modifier 4.
so. Yeah, Z, what's your strength like? How
0.
strong? Yeah. It's -1, -1, 0, and +5.
So there's 3 statues at the entranceway. You notice 2 of them appear to be, human. One of them is a dwarven woman.
What if we take one back, like let's say the dwarf, because are dwarves like
No.
lighter or heavier? Because they are wider, I think.
They are more stocky. I would probably say they're slightly lighter, maybe, given the height difference.
Or we can.
Plus, if you remember correctly, you were actually here to try and find a dwarven woman.
Yes.
I
Nay.
totally remember that.
I had a feeling you guys forgot.
Wait. Is it Nora?
That's the one.
Nora, the explorer. Now I know.
Yes.
I mean, didn't we also discuss beforehand like we should leave bodies here because we dumb?
I mean, we said we shouldn't bring them because we were gonna continue on, and then we said we'll bring them on the way back.
I mean, you have a rough
But-
idea of where she is, so you don't potentially have to lift them out. You might be able to find aid and send them back down.
Yeah,
Have someone with a cart load them up carefully.
or just whatever they can do
Well,
to help
I
Or
you.
mean,
unpetrify them where they are.
considering my build, we could like grab the dwarf, tie it up with ropes, and then I just carry it as a backpack.
It's a stone statue. Okay, you not.
When I level up, I will be able to remove the petrification if I have the right materials.
Well, we got enough money for that.
What do you mean? He's not sharing.
What do you mean he's not sharing?
You didn't see the 2 hours of picking him up and look coins.
I'm pretty sure we. You mean you saying that we had this entire discussion about the statue for 2 hours long while Z was like picking up all the coins?
Yes. We've been discussing for 2 hours how we pick up statues. Looks like an accurate D&D representation.
You guys
but-
all leveled up to 9, didn't you?
Yes.
I
Okay.
prepared it, but I mean, we shouldn't get it until we have our long
Yeah,
rest,
sure.
right?
Okay. Just making sure.
Oh yeah, I took a feat.
You took some feet?
Yes.
I told you we can't trust them with statues. Their feet already.
Dang.
Oh, that's a good idea, Quincy. We just need a conveyor belt.
Yeah. All you need is the 21 first technology.
So, you've been debating for some time now. About 10 minutes has gone past. What's the party's course of action?
Well,
I'll go vote. I don't trust carrying statues dangerous.
I mean, I think, because I've been studying some spells for Druidic, or for okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I might be able to unpetrify them where they are if we return to the city and gather some materials, and we can come back here.
Okay.
It's also Chance, the Red Brotherhood, if I remember correctly. Red Brotherhood?
The Brotherhood of the Red Banner, yeah.
Yeah. Brotherhood Red Banner has people capable of doing that as well.
Difficult to say because you've not had much of an interaction with them. Really, the only sort of individuals that you know were the ones that you met at the tavern. So it's a little bit, you're unsure of their capability. You definitely get the idea they're a lot bigger than perhaps they've let on. But yeah, it's a bit of an unknown to you.
Like, I have the idea they have access to people with
Yeah.
that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Like, not them specifically, but yes, they have the contacts in town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think we should go back to town then and either help Linda find the materials or we find the deer, the mage, because he probably can help as well.
Mm-hmm.
Seems so.
And because Prime, how much time has passed since we left the?
Not long. I'd say half a day, maybe 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah,
at most.
so they're like not even expecting us back yet, or they are expecting us back. So we can probably just go to town, buy the stuff, then go back.
Hmm.
We could also ask them for help to procure the materials.
That is a good point as well. Yes.
Yes, we have. I mean, I have some different spells that I can use, and one of them is to unpetrify, and another spell that I will be able to do is to resurrect people.
Oh.
So I might be able to help, but it's gonna cost materials wise.
Let's just go to the surface then without the statue.
Yeah.
Okay.
That'd be safer.
Yeah. Okay, but the surface or the order?
Well, I mean, they're the kind of same things, but
Yeah,
you can back up to the city surface, and then you can find your way back to the tavern.
Yes.
Okay.
Pee quickly.
So, all right, no worries. So you make your way back up. It's pretty easy going. There's not much disturbances along the way. You come across a small little group of town guard who make their way across, but leave you to your own devices. Okay, making your way back through to the tavern entrance where you originally went through into the sewers, you make your way back up and you see a few of the individuals there and waiting. A few of them sort of in conversation. A few of them are sort of seen to patrons. But all of them kind of turned around and look quite surprised that you've not only returned, but returned in quite a timely manner. I look on over to you. How goes your venture into the sewers? Do you have news?
We do, but not all of it is good. So I go on explaining like what
Okay.
happened, what we found, so the beholder, the combat, the fighting,
Yep.
you dying. So we're also like a little bit shaken up as a group from the entire combat that happened.
Maybe.
Welcome back.
I mean, maybe even Z is withholding from drinking alcohol, or maybe he is drinking a lot of alcohol just to process
I imagine
why
that.
happened.
Yeah, drinking more.
I mean, yes.
Like going
So
through a lot.
I go to explain the situation, and I basically ask them for assistance or help. Like, can you help us? What do they think our next course of action is? Because otherwise we'll just go to our own device. But I feel that they might be able to offer some help.
You found Nora?
We found a dwarf. Let's just say my character probably wasn't smart enough to really recognize Dora. So I'm just gonna say we found a dwarf that's a stone statue.
This is a terrible predicament, but we may have the means of reversing that.
Yeah. Our I'm sorry, Dinas. I really just cannot remember your character's name. Merla.
Write
Mella.
it down.
Oh,
It,
Merla.
it's pinned to the Dungeons and Dragons
Wait,
channel.
I can do
Just
something.
say druid.
Is it pinned?
It is.
I can do like this.
Ah, it
I
actually
can
is.
change my name here.
You say that, bro, but you wrote down my name wrong.
No?
Yeah, it.
You just focused on the important people.
Vimic. Yeah, that was. Let me edit that.
Fine, Mac.
Mac.
Big Mac.
There.
Let me go make some calls, he says, as you see the gentleman rush on off. Then returning swiftly after a few minutes. Being able to find someone who might be able to help. And with that, you sort of see a puff of smoke nearby as a familiar-looking wizard steps into the fray. So, I hear you've been having some trouble with petrification, have you not?
Yeah.
So this is the deer, I take it?
The deer?
That deer.
Oh, indeed. Sorry, I thought you said this is the deer.
Well, that's the name you gave him.
He stands before you and says, "So, let's show me the way to this petrification problem of yours."
What did we do with the other problem, actually?
We should also look at our friend here.
Yeah, maybe we should ask him to look at you first.
Do you pull him out of the bag?
He's kind of decaying.
Do we
mean-
pull him out of the bag?
Not yet. We can. I mean, if he's saved better inside the bag, we can just explain, because we don't know if we can do anything yet.
Okay.
So yeah, can we ask him? Is it possible to do anything about our friend who is dead?
Okay. He sort of looks to you and says, "What is the state of the body?"
Decaying rapidly.
Can he look inside the bag?
Yeah, you sort of open it on up, and he has a good look. I'm sorry for your loss, but I might be able to do something, but it's not guaranteed to work. And I'm going to have to ask a few people because this is beyond my capabilities.
Okay. So what does the deer suggest? So we go to the petrification people first?
Yeah, let's deal with the petrification first. You have
Okay.
taken the necessary actions to stop any decomposition. And he sort of whispers to the nearby Brotherhood members, and you see a few of them move on off. They'll prepare the necessary, they'll make the necessary arrangements. Let's deal with one matter at a time. He sort of rolls his sleeves up of his long, sort of flowing gown. Now, shall we deal with this petrification business?
Sure.
Okay. So,
Prime, I also have a question, which
yeah,
is
what's up?
maybe not part of my character, but I was
Yeah,
wondering,
sure.
can I really use the greater, reincarnate spell?
Yep.
Is that something I could be able to use to restore you?
Is reincarnate a druid spell? I'd imagine it is.
Yes.
Yes, you could, but reincarnate does have some interesting side effects.
Yes.
You
Fun
might
side
change
effect.
race.
Who
Or
knows?
is that
Might make us smart.
you might change race. Yeah. But of course, if there's a better way to restore him, then that's fine.
Yeah. So, with that, you guide on through back to Nora's position. He takes a good old look at the various statues, and after sort of being in deep thought for a couple of minutes, he says, "You fought a beholder."
Yes. Dude.
Nora, why much more hardy hero than before. My congrats.
I think we got lucky.
There's no such thing as luck. Only talent. He looks over to Nora and the other two individuals, and having cast an incantation one after the other, you see their form begin to colorize once more. The stone sort of turns flesh, and each of them falls to the floor, sort of gasping for air, looking around, dazed and confused. Nora looks up to you and says, "Is the beholder gone? Is it dead?"
Yes.
It's dead.
Well, that wasn't particularly fun, but she looks around and says, "Whatever you did, I appreciate it."
Yes, you're welcome.
She sort of looks around and sees that there are only two other individuals. There were more than a lot of us, though. At which point she looks at the ground and sees fine dust that's splattered across the floor. Her mood saddens. I guess not all of us were quite so fortunate. You didn't happen to see anyone else down in that layer at all?
Well, we haven't fully explored it.
I see. And we make sure that no one is left behind.
Well, our team, when we followed it, we actually took some casualties, and we had to tend to that first before we could actually properly finish searching the rest. We figured out with the beholder dead, well, the danger should be gone.
I see. I will speak to the other Brotherhood members, and we will make sure that every nook and cranny is explored at that place. But I thank you. If it wasn't for your efforts, I would still be an ornament right now. Okay. So, you make your way back to the tavern with your new entourage, with yourself. The wizard sort of looks on over to you, and you see sort of moving down from the main level of the tavern into this sort of basement area. You see quite a real-looking elf. Blonde flowing hair down the back, male, and sort of crimson-y robes. He sort of gives a bow to you all as you see him. This is my good friend, Yelric. Yelric.
And can you describe Yellowbrick?
Okay, so like I say, he's elven, male. Difficult to tell an age, but you can definitely sort of see subtle signs of definitely some veteran years on this individual. He seems to have sort of blonde, long flowing hair, probably to sort of the middle of his back. And he wears sort of these crimson-y red robes, long and flowing. He sort of looks to each of you and says, "I hear there has been some unfortunate casualties in your party."
Yes, we fought a beholder, and it was not an easy fight. And unfortunately, one of our members, did not get disintegrated, but took some blows.
If you fought a beholder and only made it out with one casualty, you are either very lucky or very talented individuals. Either way, you certainly had your fair share of work today. I can help you, but bringing someone back from the dead is not an easy task.
We have a quiet weld if that's needed.
It will. Some of the reagents to conduct such a ritual are not cheap, to say the least. And I'm going to need your help. This is not something I can do alone.
Well, if it's strength you need, I'm your man. If it's intelligence, well,
Nobody.
Okay, he sort of looks to you as you say this, and then the elf immediately looks across to the others. You finish your statement.
I just
Unfortunately, good friend, or you might be good at swinging an axe. This might take a little bit more, how shall we say, a natural intellect.
Yes.
Alright, he's dead forever.
Well,
we tried.
yeah, well, hey.
So, with that, Yorick moves on down into the middle of the room. He begins sort of placing various sort of candles, incense. You have sort of large crystals being scryed onto the floor to create this sort of magical circle. He looks to you all and says, "This is going to cost about 5,000 gold pieces.
Damn.
I hope you have the funds to do so."
I will hand over 5,000 gold pieces.
It's all wet as you pull it out from the bag of holding, but you hand it on over. He sort of looks at you in a strange manner and says, "You are an interesting individual."
Thank you.
That wasn't a compliment.
I
After
don't
finishing
care, I'm drunk.
scrying this magical circle in the middle, you sort of recognize odd shapes here and there. It's sort of arcane runes and whatnot, but there are definitely hints of religious undertones. And in the center, you see a symbol which looks to be a pair of cupped hands holding a small collection of petals. Place the body into the circle.
Okay, well, I guess that's my job then.
You very gingerly open the bag and pull you out into the middle of the circle.
So it's
Yorick sort of look. Oh, sorry.
No.
Yorick looks over the body for a moment and closes the eyes shut. Places his hand on his chest. He begins to mutter various sort of incantations, and the runes across the magical circle begin to pulsate. Slow at first, but speeding up. Okay, so I need each of you, please, 3 of you in particular. You're going to need to make a skill check of some kind.
Oh dear.
Now,
Uh-oh.
you can choose any skill that you so wish.
Uh-huh.
However, you're going to need to explain how this is going to be suitable to the task at hand,
Oh dear.
and based on how useful it will be, will affect things.
Right.
Okay.
We're
Can I
fucked. GG.
And is it a maximum of 3, or can everyone contribute?
3 individuals.
I'm really good at stealth checks.
I think
mean-
I'm
I think
better.
that's the bullshit monk job.
Medicine check, and I have proficiency. I don't know if that matters.
Potentially, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. How would you like to use medicine to help out with this endeavor?
I would like to try and heal any damages on Hugh's body,
Okay.
like close wounds or restore it
Yep.
from decay.
Okay. Good stuff. So, can you make a medicine skill check, please, Mella? Okay. So, you sort of try your best getting to work to heal whatever wounds possible, but unfortunately, it just doesn't seem to be working for the time being. You try your best for the moment before Yorick sort of says, "I need space."
Yep.
And lightly sort of pats you away.
Okay. I got a +5 on survival.
Okay. How do you
and-
think survival? How would you like to apply survival to the current situation?
Well, technically, he's not really fighting for his life anymore. But survival is the way of finding yourself, surviving like tough situations. He's an orc. He has a tough build.
Okay.
Tough
So-
situations
Yeah, exactly.
like that.
Well, it's either this or a strength check, and I think with survival fits a bit more.
Okay, so you sort of hover over the body, VMAC, and sort of, especially maybe, given you stature, you have a bit more of a connection with him than, say, some of the other members of the party who are a bit more sort of, not intellect focused, but a bit more of the arcane, perhaps. You sort of kneel over the body, and you sort of whisper words of encouragement about how much he's a survivor, and how he's going to be able to shake this off. So make a survival check, please. Okay, nice. Okay, so you sort of mutter some words of encouragement towards him, and you see as though you feel as though there's sort of that connection there. You feel something for a moment. Your hair sort of stand on end. It gives you a slight tingly sensation. All right. And who's the last individual to try and help with this ritual?
Z, do you have anything useful for the situation?
Nah. Acrobatics? Not really. I have... possibly religion might be the only thing I can think of, but it's only +2.
I've got a +5 in survival as well. Could basically try and do the same thing.
You're probably going to need to try something different.
What about acrobatics, as he has to claw his way out of hell?
But then religion might be interesting if someone has good, like, pray to your god to.
Yeah,
all praise Dendar.
I've got a +3 in persuasion. I could ask him if he wants to come back.
Well, if you want, I can try the religion route. What's the worst that could happen?
Yeah,
How about we
+2,
do
right?
Well,
I think
if it's only +2, maybe it's.
How about we do the religion roll together?
Okay.
Yeah, allow it.
I mean, prayers can work in dual sim, like 2 people praying at the same time.
Very well.
I will.
So how are you going to apply religion to this stance?
So I'm going to pull out the tabaxi coins and lay them out in a ritual area, and I'm going to pray to the Yuntai to bring Yu's spirit back into the material plane.
Dealing with the devil, nice. And Benjamin, how are you helping this ritual?
I'll recite some incantations I've learned from my previous master.
Okay, cool. So, with that, thanks to Benjamin's help, Z, I'll give you advantage.
Whoop, whoop.
Make a religion skill check, please.
Where's the advantage button?
Roll it twice, maybe, or just yeah.
Yeah.
Quincy, I actually thought you were going to say, I'm
thank
helping
you.
it because I want to rebuild him as a robot.
Okay, nice. So, you begin like you say, Z, reciting these incantations that you had, well rehearsed. It's a part of you and your traditions in the far out east. As this is all sort of going, you see sort of these fluctuations of light and energy begin sort of cascading over Yu's body. Okay, so that was 2 successes and a fail, so let's see what the result is. Okay, so we've got...
I don't see how this can go wrong, guys.
Here comes this abomination that's just crawling and saying, "Kill me!"
Edward.
Full Metal
Oh
Alchemy.
no, you just did nothing right. Goddamn Full Metal Alchemy.
Mhm.
Okay, so the original DC was 10. For each success lowers it by 3, which lowers it to DC 4. The failure ups it to DC 5. I rolled a 5. So, Cluster, would you like you to return? As you is sort of floating in this darkness, you see this sort of crack of light open. you sort of see the scene that's taking place before here. You see the various sort of party members trying their best to help out with this resurrection ritual. You have the choice of either turning back and heading towards this opening, or you sort of look around for a moment and you sort of see this flash of light with an open hand grasping out towards you. The choice is yours, whether you want to pass through to the afterlife or return to the material plane.
I still have work to do. I step through.
Okay. You step on back into the material plane, and each of you sort of look as there's this sudden gasp of air from you. His eyes immediately open, and like this shock returns as he sort of looks around, a little bit bewildered at what was going on. You're back to life with 1 hit point. You have a number of sort of scars across your body from where the beholder did some work to you, but they'll heal in time. As you sort of look around, you sort of see Yelric just smile at you. Welcome back to the living, my friend.
Ah, that was rough. How'd we do?
Well, most of us survived, and I hand you over a bottle of alcohol.
I take a huge swig.
Okay. So, you're back in the land of the living. Yelric sort of looks to you for a moment, and says, the ritual seems successful, but keep in mind, every time a body experiences death, a little piece of their soul is corrupted. This isn't something that you can expect to keep on coming back from. And should you die again, this ritual will become harder.
That's okay. I'm good with one more chance of life.
Certainly.
Thank you, everyone.
You're welcome.
I
No
cry
worries.
and I hug you.
Aw.
It's okay, child.
You spend the remainder of the day taking a long-deserved rest between each of you. Especially you. You do very little but eat, drink, and just thank your lucky stars that you're back alive, everyone. The rest of the day goes fairly uneventful. You're able to identify Bovadir's armor.
Oh yeah. Which one of us is gonna wear it now?
Mm-hmm.
Well, this has actually surprised me, Queen, so I really thought you were going to be like, well, he's dead. Guess I'll yoink it.
Yeah, but he lives. That's the problem.
Oh, +3.
Jesus, +3.
Hey, bright light.
So it's Metro +3 magical breastplate.
Yes.
Yes.
You can't be serious that intelligence is important, Prime.
God damn it! Why do you guys get the useful items? And I'm like, oh, this only thing only works against demons. Fuck you.
You would have liked Steve.
In addition, while you're sort of just spending the remainder of the day having some downtime, you complete your level up process. So whatever gains you get, you now have.
Cool.
Whoop. All the hit points.
All the
Indeed.
10 hit points I lost. I didn't lose hit points, never mind. Those were all self-inflicted.
I have 69 hit points.
Nice.
Oh yeah, we leveled up, right?
You
I
did?
need to add my HP.
Yeah, it's all good. So you should be level 9 now.
6 plus numbers. 9? 94.
ASI.
Wait, what's your con then? And see if you got 94 now.
Plus 3.
That may. Because I got 94 as well.
I'm going to go grab a cup of tea while those finish leveling up.
Yeah, I'm gonna go pee pee.
I'm done.
I actually already done it last session because otherwise I would forget it. I took defeat Sentinel,
Oh, nice.
which means that if some creature makes an attack against someone else than me, that's within 5 meters.
Yeah.
Or 5 feet. I can get an opportunity attack against that person.
What's your strength? 18?
My strength is 18. Yes.
Disgusting. Not max it. Not max stat at level 8. That's disgusting. I thought you were better at min-maxing.
Wow. But Quincy, I got Demon Blade. I don't need.
Yeah,
I need more attacks.
I've got a talisman which only works against demons. Yeah. One day it'll be useful.
It's okay, Quincy. You helped Rogue with gaining advantage on that roll, which wasn't needed at the end.
Hey, our roll was the best roll, okay?
Well, I'm gonna say it had the best story, so that's props to Rogue.
Thank you.
Don't think. Oh, fuck. Mela probably knows what I said. Mela speaks Druidic, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mela knows what I said. Because I spoke Druidic.
Uh-oh.
Big slap.
You mean you spoke a made-up language?
Oh, wow. That's offensive to the tree people.
All languages are made up.
Especially
Who
German.
are you calling tree people?
VMAC did.
What? Hey! You did!
VMAC bad. Secretly VMAC's a Nazi. We all know it. Wow, an Overwatch t-shirt.
I know, right?
Yeah. Oh, that's a game I haven't played in 4 months.
Look at this team. We're going to do great.
Are you ready?
So, so you guys are aware, after each resurrection, the DC is going to increase by 2.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
So,
Yeah, and a fail increases by 1, and a succeed decreases by 3.
you may recognize these as the critical role resurrection rules, yes.
Well, it's okay. We'll just ask Yelric's phone number, and when something happens, we'll just ask him again.
So,
Or just don't die. It's a thing.
it's generally a decent tactic, yeah, the whole
Yeah,
don't die thing.
Like the survival role. Probably would have better to do a survival thing when in game before they die. You know.
I mean, I barely took damage from that fight.
I mean, yeah, you got stun locked the whole time.
Yeah, and I got charmed as well, and I was very near to killing Merla. And then she was like, "Wake up, we're your friends." And I was like, "Oh, okay."
Wake up, samurai.
We got a city to burn.
But yeah, the gang survived. A beholder encounter,
Yeah, but yeah.
surprisingly. With only one dead.
One question though, at what level is like a level where you should be fighting a beholder?
CR is about 11, I think.
Oh, really?
But that's for 4 people. Don't forget, there's 5 of you, and you've got some pretty hefty magical goods on you. Let's take a look at your monster manual.
I'm 99% sure Dragon Tool is above that.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. You
What?
guys should have fucking invested in a ranged weapon, goddammit.
But the Dragon Turtle was so much easier.
That's because it was on the ground.
Yeah, but no, Beholder is CR 13.
Dragon Tool is above that, right?
Yes, I think so. Let's take a look at it.
We good.
I find D&D's... I mean, don't get me wrong, D&D's CR system is useful somewhat, but it's not the most accurate of things. Dragon Turtle, for instance, is CR 17.
Yeah.
And that doesn't feel like a CR 17 fight.
Yeah. Especially with the whole tactic of, well, just turn around in circles around it, and it's cone attack and only attack one person.
Yeah. The problem with D&D is, especially if you use flanking rules, the moment a party gets sort of larger numbers than the other, it's really easy.
Did the Dragon Turtle have legendary action?
No, it has no legendary actions.
No. Yeah, the Beholder got raised like 3 times on a round, right? Extra?
Yeah. Yum, yum, yum. Eating that microphone.
Don't worry, next time Prime's just gonna slap on an extra few hit points. Some higher AC.
Yeah, that's fine. That's all good. Providing the fight feels like a challenge and isn't a cakewalk, I think, it's fine.
Oh, the combat difficulty is good. You're doing a good job with that.
Ta. Still disappointed I didn't get any fucking disintegration rates off.
Hey, I'm disappointed I didn't even get to whack the damn thing after, I think, 4 attempts to jump up.
Flying, my one weakness.
No, but I also rolled really shit on all of those athletics checks. And I got a +8 on athletics.
Sad times.
Yeah, you should invest in some javelins.
Next time I'm just gonna throw Demon Blade.
So, are the Swedes back?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Alright.
So, you settle down into a nice, easygoing day. You take a long rest, healing your wounds. New day dawns. So, what is your next course of action?
And guys, should we invest the money we have into some weaponry? Or is there anything else you want to do with the coin?
Well, we could visit a magic shop again and see what he has to offer.
Maybe
But,
some healing
yeah.
potion.
I mean, because Dean,
Yeah.
I take it that's like the preferred method, because otherwise I'm just gonna look up powerful items for Barbarian, and I'm gonna be like, okay, I need this item. But that's
Yeah, it doesn't
kind of
work like that, I'm afraid.
Yeah, that kind of also ruins the immersion. So, would that be an idea then? That we just go and look around?
I mean, you're in one of the largest cities this side of the kingdom. So if you want a place to look for magical items or, exotic reagents and various bits and pieces, this is probably the place to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mela, if you want because you wanted some reagents for some more powerful spells, how much money would that require?
Well, okay. When I leveled up, I can use 5th level spells, and there are 3 spells that I'm interested in. But of course, I can only keep. I mean, I only have 1 spell slot, so I'm only gonna keep 1 prepared. And I have to make a long rest if I would change. But I'm gonna use Mass Cure Wounds.
Okay.
It doesn't have any. It just have V and S components.
Yep.
And then there's Greater Restoration and Reincarnate.
Yeah.
And Greater Restoration has diamond dust worth at least 100 GP. And then Reincarnate has rare oils and ingredients worth I thought I copied that. Worth at least 1000 GP. Anyway.
Yeah, a lot of the resurrection mechanics are quite pricey in terms of their materials.
Dying is expensive.
I mean,
Who'd have thought?
we could keep one set of the ingredients for Reincarnate in case someone dies, and then the Greater Restoration spell can cure one effect that charmed or petrified the target, one curse including the target's attunement to a cursed magic item, any reduction to one of the target's ability scores, one effect reducing the target's hit point maximum. I mean, maybe we want to have a little bit more of those ingredients. Because if we are out and traveling, I could just change the spells after a long rest. Of course, because I only have one spell slot, if multiple people would be affected, it's gonna take several days.
Yeah.
To do anything.
It's up to you.
And
I mean, it's no big problem right now with the money we have, right? To get
I was
the
gonna
extra.
say, yeah, because I thought it was gonna be like 3,000, but it's not even that much.
Let's see. We got 5k expended from that, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
so
the
we've
Bring
got
back you 5k.
2,372 platinum, 1,794 gold, shit ton of silver and copper.
But platinum is 10 times, right? So that's 32k at least.
Yep.
I say we go to the magic shop.
yeah, I mean, and we could wait and look what the weapons cost as well, and then we can see. I mean, I'd like to get some of these stuff.
I mean, I'm satisfied with my stuff, but upgrades, why not?
I mean, we still actually haven't decided who gets the armor. I feel
it's
like
very
it would...
clear. Somebody died. He needs armor.
No, I mean, but then I would say, well, since you got it, then I feel that Benjamin deserves an upgrade as well for his armor. Just
Trust me, I'm
balance
good
it out
with
a
my
bit.
armor. I'm good with my armor. I don't think even Jimmy's character has a higher AC with that thing than me now, so.
Well, I actually wouldn't mind
AC
me
19.
personally getting something to increase my AC, because I got an AC of 15.
No, you don't have an AC 19 with just that armor, right?
So it's a +3 breastplate, so that's 17, and you can add up to 2 decks. So yeah, 19 cap.
And your AC? Oh, it's shield, I mean?
Oh, shield will be on top of that.
Yeah, 21. Minus 23 at the moment.
That's a mighty fine AC.
The good thing about a breastplate, though, is it doesn't give you disadvantage on stealth. So it's down to whoever wants to take the breastplate.
It's either VMAC or
VMAC
You.
doesn't fight with armor, does he?
he technically could.
I could.
But you get disadvantages and stuff.
Well, it can't be heavier than heavy armor, because then I can't rage
Medium.
anymore.
What were the stats of the armor thingy?
So it's +3, so it's 17 base, and then you can add up to 2 decks to make 19 total.
Well, let's say if I were to get it, that would mean my AC would be 19 because I actually got 2 plus dex.
Yeah.
So I would gain 4 AC.
And I would gain. Yes, my AC would be 21, I guess.
If you're using a shield, yeah.
Yeah.
What's your AC currently?
My current AC is 19 with the magical armor and the shield.
Alright. So yeah, the difference is somebody gets +2 AC and somebody gets +4. I mean, there's always the chance there's some item in the shop that also helps with AC.
Yeah.
Potentially so.
It's 25k gold, guys. Lot. Remember in the beginning of the campaign when we got copper as reward? And I was like, damn son, how am I gonna feed my kids with this?
Well, you guys decide. I don't mind.
Okay, I'll take it.
Oh fuck, you can wear it as well, right?
I don't know.
You can wear medium armors as a druid, right?
I am unsure, but I was thinking, I mean, I'm not generally the front line. If I'm the front line, it's when I'm in bear form, and then...
Yeah, the fun thing about druid shaping, wild shaping, is that you can use things like that as well. I'm pretty sure you can use the effect it has while in druid shape, wild shape.
Yeah, but I thought this was an item we were getting for, like, one of the tankier characters.
You're a bear.
Well, I'm a tiny little guy.
Well, let's just say, considering that I already have Demon Blade, I feel that I should not be forward with claiming it. However, I'm just saying that I get a +4 AC with it. And we could also maybe shop for a heavy armor for you instead.
Just a comment to that. If you have the blade and the armor, I mean, isn't it good to have several items on one character if we fight demons? So you are protected as well as doing damage to them?
True.
Makes sense.
I mean, I'll just run forward straight in, so...
Yeah, exactly.
But that's regardless of armor.
So, I mean, if it isn't too much, like, negative for you to use the armor, you might as well use the armor together with that sword.
Yeah, because another benefit for me is that when I leveled up, I took the Sentinel feat, which means that if someone else is attacked while it's near me, I get an opportunity attack. So I'm gonna feel that Prime might be well like, well, VMAC, you decided to do this. Guess we'll just attack you instead.
Sounds
Maybe.
What armor did you have currently on, Jimmy? What's it called? Magic item.
Because what kind of armor is it actually? Is it heavy, medium?
No, it's just a regular chainmail, I think.
Thought you had like some special stuff that changed to your size that we found in the dragon turtle horde.
I don't think we identified it yet, so I don't know the stats on it.
You could have survived the fucking horde if you wanted to.
Yeah, mirror armor reflects any eye-based attacks.
Yeah.
Maybe we should get that identified.
Yeah, it actually says unidentified chainmail armor. No, plate mail, sorry, plate mail.
Yeah, fine.
But didn't we all have to get one item each to fight the demons? I was thinking if it's some kind of effect.
No, it's down to you guys how you want to distribute the goods.
Okay.
How many, like, or is it just difficult to say how many arm items we can acquire before the demons attack?
Yeah, difficult to say. You have no real means of sort of scrying or seeing what's happening at the city.
Well,
Can we just go identify that item first and
Yes,
just like
please. That would be a good idea.
Yeah. We shall find a mighty wizard to help us.
Okay, very well. So,
To that ear.
with that, you make your way through. So, who are you seeing? Are you sort of making your way across town, or
Do we guys want to go to the old trusty Dadir or a random wizard shop? Maybe we could go to Dadir and see if we recommend somebody.
Yeah, sure.
Sure,
Alright.
let's go to the deer.
okay?
I mean, maybe the deer also would love to see you alive, considering he was the one that referred us to Yelric.
You make your way back into the. Oh, actually, you probably stay there. Actually, as you sort of come down for the morning, he's there, sort of smoking a pipe, and looks up to you. Sort of locks eyes with yourself. Gives a good old smile. I presume Yarik's spiritual work then.
It's a very good morning, so yes.
That, or you resorted to necromancy, and he laughs.
Either way.
Yeah.
I must thank you.
Pleasure's all mine. We could certainly do with more heroes like yourselves at times like these. But I presume your endeavors were successful?
Yes. The beholder is slain. Well, that's what they tell me anyways.
Sure.
This is good news. And I see you brought back the armor. Another vestige in our collection to fight against the forces of evil.
Yes. Oh, and speaking of armors, this plate mail I'm wearing, do you happen to know anyone that could magically identify it for us?
He sort of unravels his wrists from his long flowing robes and says, "What do you take me for? Of course I can identify this." You sort of place it on the table with this kadunk. The table almost gives way from the weight of the armor. Runs his fingers over it and you see small wisps of light emanate out. And he looks interested. He sort of tilts his head to the side. You see sort of this, Okay. So, this is plate armor of magical warding. Why is it not copying? Sorry, give me 2 seconds.
Sounds like something real useful.
Sounds like something between life and death.
Okay. Damn it, why does it not format paragraphs correctly?
Let's see.
Ooh, +2.
That's very nice.
That magic resistance might have been useful.
Wow. It's like Prime prepared it for this encounter, and we were like, well, let's just go in battle without it.
Classic D&D.
So when you wear this armor, you get a 22 AC, right? So it's 18 +2 plus your shield.
Yes,
Yeah, it's pretty good for you.
it is very good for me.
Yeah, it is big, hefty plate mail armor. So you will get, obviously, the disadvantage to stealth, but you'll be a tanky motherfucker.
Yeah, but you were already rolling a disadvantage for stealth, so
Like we have used stealth in this game, funny. Who does hidey stuff?
I know, right?
Non-combat in my role-playing game? Get the fuck out.
I just want to scream real loud and announce everyone I'm coming.
Did you just describe my sex life?
Classy. So, he sort of looks up to you and says, "This is quite the nice item you have here.
Sounds very much like.
Where did you find it?"
Beneath the turtle.
Where's that?
We killed a dragon turtle a couple of weeks back. Oh, weeks, days.
Probably
Time flows.
a week ago, because it was about a 5-day journey here. You've had one more, so it's approaching a week. He sort of looks to yourself with a raised eyebrow and says, "I need to buy you a drink at some point, and you need to tell me more of your adventures."
It really does sound pretty impressive. Oh yeah, we killed the dragon turtle, and now we just killed the beholder, and now we're gonna go on the next adventure. We're just gonna kill this and this and this mystical creature.
I mean, we are supposed to fight off a demon invasion.
That is true. That is true.
Makes sense. They hire somebody capable.
The world needs more heroes.
Best keep looking.
You ain't finding them here.
I mean, Rogue's the hero of the pub.
I won't know how that beer tastes like now. So many coins.
I mean, you could probably sell it to dwarves.
Well, you know, they put gold in tequila.
Yeah, but Rogue, I think if you go to a dwarf and say, "Well, I got really strong alcohol that has a little gold taste to it,"
Yeah.
yeah, it's just gonna be like, wow.
Oh, I should have taken one of the beholder's eyes.
Probably would have made quite a useful reagent. Yeah, probably would have.
I'm gonna go back down and take one of the beholder's eyes.
Okay. You spend the morning while this is sort of going on, making your way back down into the lair. You sort of see various members of the Brotherhood are here. They're sort of just making sure that the lair is not only safe, but that there aren't potentially any more of their members that have been kept there. You're able to find sort of the hallway where the carnage unfolded. You can already see that the beholder has been sort of various entrails have been sort of ripped out, etc. But you're able to see the central eye looks gone. It's been too far damaged. But you're able to get a few eye stalks that look like they could potentially serve as some useful means.
Nice.
Make a medicine check, please.
I will make a medicine check.
Actually, no. Let's go with sleight of hand. I think sleight of hand is probably better. Okay. You try your best to sort of get a few of the eye stalks. You're able to find 3 eye stalks, but you've butchered them pretty badly.
3 butchered eye stalks.
Mm-hmm.
That's alright. They're going
Benjamin.
to be mushed down into pulp anyway. So.
Are you putting them in the bag of holding?
Yes.
With your beer?
And the alcohol and the coins.
Are you like in the process of making your own magical item or something, where you just drink everything in the bag of holding and then just see how this ferments into some sort of strange item?
Maybe.
Prime?
Yes, Benjamin.
Benjamin wouldn't think there's anything useful for poison in a beholder, right?
Useful for poison? Not really. Beholders don't really deal with poison per se. They're more arcane in nature, to be honest. So there's probably nothing there for you to make anything out of.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you spend the morning with a deer. What else would you like to achieve for today, for the day? So he's identified your plate armor. Is there anything else you want to speak to him about?
Recommendation for magical store?
He sort of looks to you and says, "I know a place. Zinarios is his name. He owns a small little boutique here in Duskin. Very elaborate, very exotic goods. Seeing as I've heard you've come across quite some coin, I think he would do you a pretty good service.
And
His establishment is called Zinarios's Boutique.
all right.
I'm going to start attuning to this plate mail as soon as possible.
Yeah,
Okay.
I imagine today is probably a fairly lax day for you guys. So you have the time, an hour to get attuned to it, no issue.
Okay, so Quincy, what do you want to do with the other armor piece we got?
No, that's for you.
That's for me? Okay, I'll increase my AC with 4 then.
Okay.
And I'll spend the day tuning to that as well.
Yep. You also get attuned over the course of the morning while Z does his thing in the Beholder's Lair.
God, I got all these magical things now to keep in mind whenever I do stuff.
Just don't forget to keep track of how many items you're attuning to.
I've now got 3, I think.
That's your limit.
Pretty sure you're max. No more magic items for you. Bye bye. No shopping. Bye-bye.
Actually, let me take a look because I got the Ring of Fire Elemental and I got a Necklace of Primal Fury. Let's see. Ring is attuned and the necklace is not attuned.
Then you're fine.
I mean, Bovadius and Demon Sword.
Bovadius, Demon Sword, they'll both be attuned.
So you should be right.
And I also got the Ring of Fire Elemental. That is also attuned to me.
Okay.
And the Necklace of Primal Fury, I did not write down that I had to tune to it, so...
Usually I would say if they do have attunement on them.
Yeah, but that's more of me, like, not even caring about writing down that I had to tune to it.
I see.
But I found the link, and... you did not mention in the chat that it required attunement.
That's fine.
Cool, that means I got my cap.
Nice. So, you spend the morning. I presume a trip over to Zinarios's is in tow, unless there's anything else you want to speak to Adir about.
No.
Okay. So, with that, you make your way across, and as you sort of travel down a few, it's off the beaten course. It's definitely not like a main high street establishment. You have to go down a few alleyways. But nevertheless, you see this very rustic-looking establishment. Double set of windows to the side and quite a charming sort of entrance. You see various sort of glinting items through the window, and as you make your way inside, there's this sort of smell of various incense in the air. A number of candles sort of mounted to the nearby walls that sort of softly flicker here and there. And as you sort of make your way on inside, you see this sort of tall, regal individual in sort of almost like a tunic, hair tied back behind him. Looks to be human and quite a veteran years, sort of early 50s. And he sort of looks around you. He's got a goatee, beard, and sort of dark brown hair. He looks to you and says, "Can I help?"
You're in the market for magical items.
Then, my friend, you have come to the right place. Do you have the coin?
Yes.
Then I believe we can be of service to one another. Come. And as he sort of begins waltzing through the few aisles, he sort of flicks his hand for a moment, and you see this sort of spectral hand just grab hold of a few cabinets and begin opening them up. You clearly see various sort of items on display here that begin glinting before your eyes. Now, what are you in the market of? Some protection, some damage, or maybe something a little bit more spicy?
I think all of it.
So, to narrow it down a little bit, what are you guys in the market for?
I just want, if it boosts like armor, I'm fine with it. If it does more damage, I'm fine with it. Basically anything that would fit me.
Okay, something that would accumulate our weakness. To that
Also-
question, Prime, I got a question.
Yes.
Does there actually exist spell scrolls in D&D that allows me to cast fly on myself?
You
So
don't have...
spell scrolls. Sorry, after you, Benjamin.
Oh, no, that's DM deciding.
So spell scrolls exist, and the way how I've always gone with them is that if you have the spell in your spell list, you can cast it fine without any issue. If you do not have the spell in your spell list, you need to make an Arcana check.
Yes.
To determine whether you can pull it off.
Okay, I'm just gonna say VMAX's not gonna bother with that.
VMAC Mage now!
Yeah, just like show up in this shiny armor, demon blade in hand, and then like, I cast fireball.
What could possibly go on? I mean, someone else could cast it on you.
Yes, but I'm not gonna be the guy that's gonna be like, hey, you need to buy this to boost my character even more.
Fair.
I want you to be my buffer.
Congratulations, you are now my bitch.
Okay. So, you're able to find a few things. Okay, so Zinneros sort of looks to you first, VMAC, and says, "That's a pretty big sword. What do you happen to do if the enemy isn't next to you?"
Rage. Climb
See.
walls.
You see him take off from the nearby wall. It looks to be sort of like a bracer, but has like a chain wrapped around it. And he says, "This is a chain of returning. Perhaps you might find some use of it."
Okay, what
Goes
does
on
it
to
do?
explain that you can mount it onto a melee weapon and throw it. At which point you can then pull on the chain to return it to you.
Okay, interesting.
Eat the weapon.
That would mean I can literally yeet the weapon.
You can. So it has a range of 30, 60. So 30 feet normal, 60 feet disadvantage. And you can pull back the weapon as either a bonus action or in exchange for an attack.
So does it still allow me to do like multiple attacks?
If you have the attacks rate, yes. But to pull back the weapon, you need to use an attack. So if you have 2 attacks, for example, you can throw the weapon and then pull it back, but that's your 2 attacks.
Well, you earlier said that the bonus action could
Or
also
you can use a bonus action, but it means you can't rage.
Well, yeah, but I can rage the turn before.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, does that item require achievement?
No.
I'm interested. Okay, so I'll just write that down as interested, and I
Okay.
think that we should just let everyone else pick first, because I'm pretty sure I got the most items so far.
Okay. Chain of Returning is listed at 900 gold.
That's like nothing for what we have now, so yeah.
Yeah,
Next
so...
up,
I'll level 3 of them.
he sort of looks to yourself, Denios, and says, "A spellcaster, right?"
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about making your spells a little bit more potent?
Yes.
He sort of takes out a nearby orb. It's almost like crystal, but you can see there are a number of dwarven runes marked into it. He hands it over to you and says, "This is an orb of the Archmage." Okay.
What does it do?
That's what I'm trying to copy and paste, but it won't fucking let me.
It orbs archmages. This is where the items start being like, oh yes, +3, +5. Infinite spell slots, yes. Oh, everything you want.
Grant's wish.
By the way, I mean, the Orb of the Inferno, that one I destroyed to gain the power. I was just
Right.
thinking, because offhand stuffs. Yeah.
Consume the orb.
That spell slot,
Ooh.
that could be very helpful.
Yeah.
It's an extra save.
Oh my god. How much does it cost?
He looks to yourself and says, well, for a pretty little individual like yourself, I'll do you a deal. 1,300.
That's a hefty price, but
It's a hefty item.
yes. I
Det
guess that.
det är ett häftigt item, Linda.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm definitely interested.
Okay. Next, let me just scroll through my list and just start throwing shit out. I've got quite a collection built up. So, next up, he pulls out what looks to be a light crossbow. He says this is called Midnight.
Word your name.
Oh, that's a long list of text as well. Oh no, the first text is orb text.
Oh, God damn it. I did not help.
+2 magical crossbow. Light.
All these bonus action things.
Yeah.
Action economy. What nonsense.
Yay, darkness. Oh.
Oh, a little bit of a beholder.
Mm-hmm.
Baby beholder stuff. Rename it. Do it.
Oh, Staff of the Spectator, sorry, is meant to be a +2 magical item, I would correct.
Oh yeah, Aladdin time. Show you the world.
Hey, that could have been useful for the statues.
How much is the carpet?
He looks to you and says, well, it's my only one, and I'm not... These things are difficult to come by, but... You seem interested. He thinks long and hard for himself and says, 12,000.
Oh, thousands. That's the big money.
Damn.
So 6 feet, 9 feet. That means like 2 people can sit on it.
No, you could fit everyone, right? You don't need 5 feet of space to sit on a carpet.
I mean, if
Yeah,
we
but
all did
I'm
the
a big
carrying
boy,
capacity.
and we also got the orc, so
Hey.
Yeah, I don't think 800 pounds to lift us is enough for the whole party. We heavy.
that's
I'm
okay. Well, Quincy, since you don't need to breathe, we'll just stuff you in the back of holding to make it lighter.
Oh yes, that's I really like that idea.
Just not my bag of holding.
I mean, I can
You'll
technically
drown.
you don't mind metallic things in the airbag holding anyway, so I can just hold my breath.
Yeah, but it's like 90% full.
Oh. I'll drink some of it, even though I can't. I have no stomach.
There is also a wand of magic missile. Magic missiles. What else we got?
Does he have a shield that's interesting?
Okay. He has a little look across and he pulls down a nearby shield. And sort of hands it to yourself. Okay. Let's see what shields we got in here.
Right now I have a demon inscribed runic shield. Not the best of teams to go with.
Okay. Yeah, so he hands you a nearby shield, Benjamin, and says, "This might be one to yourself." He hands it on across. Looks like a normal shield, no? But this is actually a shield of missile defense. It's a normal, it's a +1 shield, and it has the addition that you gain resistance from ranged weapon attacks.
What?
Nice, I guess. Better than what I have in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't include ranged attacks from spells, right?
No.
Okay. That's an upgrade. What's the price?
He looks to yourself and says, 5,000?
Keep that in mind.
I want to buy the carpet.
Of course you do, because it's gonna be able to carry some beer for you.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, if it can carry all of us, it's going to make moving around a hell of a lot easier.
Yeah, and if we are fighting flying enemies,
Can it carry all of us? With weight wise?
There's enough space for you, but I definitely probably would enforce the weight limit, so it depends on what you guys are carrying.
Yeah.
Do you have another bag of holding?
You look to yourself, of course. And you sort of see the nearby line where there's a good half a dozen bag of holdings here.
That solves the weight limit.
Oh, wow.
Each get a bag of holding.
He says, "I'll part with each one for about 800 gold."
Everyone has their own private bag of holding.
I mean, they are handy.
I don't even think we could put away a big money ton.
What do you guys think?
I mean, the light crossbow would be interesting as it's good to have the balance and at least some ranged capability. And I feel that my light crossbow is lacking somewhat.
Mm-hmm.
So I would appreciate if we could take a hands on that one as well.
Okay.
Well, I would like to get the chain of returning. That's sort of a no-brainer as well.
Yeah.
Prime, actually got a question.
Yes.
Instead of returning the blade to me, can I launch myself to the blade?
Unfortunately, it doesn't work like that.
Shoot.
I mean, you probably take into account the cost of things because that item is really cheap for VMAX, so that's a no-brainer.
Yeah, it's 900, so...
Yeah, and 12k on a magic carpet, that's a lot.
No, it's not. We got enough.
I mean, what if we sell Rogue's alcohol Would that be enough to
Shock.
purchase it?
What?
That's a spool of a pit of alcohol.
I mean, no.
I'll ask him if he has something lightning related that I could use.
Okay.
I mean, I just converted all the platinum into gold. We've got like 25,000 gold. Plus whatever Mella's got.
Yeah, I mean, we lost some when we bought stuff before. Let's see, 3,000.
I haven't even started on transferring the silver to gold either.
It's just divided by 10, isn't it?
Yeah.
I have 2 questions. Does he have the materials I was interested in for my spells?
Oh, most certainly. He seems to have all manner of sort of inks and materials that you could stock up on.
Nice. And I was also wondering, because I have written on my body I am wearing a studded leather armor.
Okay.
AC equals 12 plus dex. I mean, I don't, since I'm usually not in the melee range in my human form, I'm not sure if I need that much AC, but if there is anything that might help, maybe it can help change the tide of the battle.
Alrighty.
Then you can just stay on the carpet and just always be in the air and then just fire from down up.
Yeah, but like when I use my cure wounds healing, I need to touch the person.
Ah, that is true. We don't need healing anymore.
You say that.
Oh,
But...
Prime, does this store sell like a long stick so the touching can be done from range?
He says for that, and he sort of points out to the nearby 10-foot pole.
But will it work?
Could I use the 10-foot pole for cure wounds? No.
No, unfortunately not. It needs to be your hands for that. I mean, you could sever your hands and then put them at the end of the poles and try that, but it might not work out. He looks to you from Mella and says, I may have something. He sort of holds up a pair of any type of leather armor, whether it be, I'll say studded leather armor. This is armor of repulsion. So, it is a set of +2 studded leather armor, and it has 3 charges. You can use a bonus action to emit a, to emit a blast of energy, pushing those near to you away. So, all individuals within 10 feet of you need to make a strength saving throw or be knocked back 10 feet. DC is 15.
That would be interesting.
I
guess if it's +2, it's...
+2 armor, yeah.
But +2 what? Or, I mean, I forget how you calculate it. The one I have, I've written AC is 12 plus dexterity.
Max of 2. No, never mind. Never mind.
Let me have a look at studded leather armor.
I'm pretty sure druids can wear medium armor if they wanted to.
Yeah.
I was just thinking if it's 12 plus 2, or if it's gonna be like, oh, it's less.
Right. Studded leather armor. So studded leather armor is usually 12 plus dex modifier. This one, given that it's +2, will be 14 plus dex modifier.
Okay. Yeah. So I gain 2 AC. That's nice.
Can druids wear medium armor?
I need to check.
Luckily, this is light armor, but yeah, if you can, there's also medium armor.
I'll check.
I think you can wear medium armor and shields, right? We had to pay 5k to get you resurrected, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Proficiencies: light armor, medium armor, shields.
Yeah.
Druids will not wear armor or use shields made of metal. So I guess I can use medium armor as long as it's not made of metal.
Yeah.
Yeah, is there anything stronger than that then? I guess.
You have a little look.
I'm back.
Welcome back. Not that's. It doesn't appear to be that's not made of metal. Unfortunately, there's like breastplates and whatnot, but they all seem metal based.
Okay. Yeah. How much is the cost for this one?
So it'll be 1250 for this.
We should name prices of items actually as well.
Oh, that should be there.
$12.50 for the +2 studded?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much did the midnight cost?
Oh, I did not put something for midnight. 1,000.
Alright. Bad. Shield off, attract, missile attract.
Yeah.
Okay, 5.
Missile defense.
Missile defense. Let's see. What did I miss? Staff of the Spectator?
Oh, yes. Say 1,500.
The orb was 1,200?
1,300.
1,300.
And chain of returning 900. Bag of holding 800.
For the lot or for each?
Yeah. And then the big one was the carpet of swift flight for 12,000.
I think that's everything.
Let's see. You were counting the armor? Yeah, you had it before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Down again. That's everything together.
And then anything you need, Mela, for your reagents.
Yeah. 1 second.
Prime, I got a question.
Yeah, what's up?
Would Sidarios also be interested in purchasing my old axe?
It looks to it for a moment, says potentially. Which one you got? Ren?
So it's the axe from the Orc Chieftain that I got. Which is
one with the bleed effect.
Yeah.
Okay, he looks to it for a moment, says it's a gnarly piece of work, but I think I could find some use for it, yes. He looks it on over and says, I'd be prepared to take it off your hands for, say, 500.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, and I guess the studded armor that I was wearing, which doesn't have as much bonus, if I buy that armor from him, I want to sell the armor I'm wearing.
Which armor are you currently wearing?
Just normal studded armor which is 12 plus dex.
Plus 50 gold in the manual.
Okay. He sort of looks to it for a moment and says, Well, it's not really what I usually deal with, but I'll take it off your hands if you're selling.
I mean, I don't
10
see
gold.
10 gold. Yeah. Sad times.
So, thoughts and feelings.
We can ask for more items.
Oh.
Or do you want to keep it here, Prime?
No, it's fine. I mean, that's the list of readily available stuff, but if you want more, I can have a little think.
I like the shield defensive things, but it's a bit expensive for what I currently have already. Because what does the defensive thing do for
For what, sorry?
What does the shield do?
The new one.
Yeah, it's like a +1 and range attacks.
So it's a +1 and it's resistance to ranged attacks.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about range attacks at the moment.
Yes.
Seeing as to how I'm not finding any archers anymore.
I mean, could be demons wielding bows.
Could be.
Okay.
But I've got light
Wasn't
demons
there
already.
also a magical shield? I mean, we haven't even taken into consideration what the next magical item is we're going to go for.
I believe it was Kindra.
Yeah,
Yes.
the Tabaxi one.
Yes.
The one in the desert, yes. Titan Forged Knuckles.
Oh yes! Give me those knuckles. Punch a bitch.
I mean, that also is gonna mean somebody's gonna duel with the knuckles, maybe? That means you is gonna use them. Seeing if we use logic, because knuckles sound like a strength thingy.
You're asking for a lot here, Quincy.
We'll
I
find
know.
out.
I'm not dual wielding.
I'll say the one last item that he has available is a ring of spell storing.
Is
Oh.
that something that would make VMAC a wizard?
2 seconds, I'll copy and paste.
Could you also copy and paste the chain of returning?
So many magical items.
So that's the ring of spell storing. And the chain of returning.
That would make VMAC into a spellcaster.
That would actually, yeah. I mean, we could just have Merla, like, on her off day, like, do the heal spells on it.
Excuse me? Merla?
Merla! And then, like, even Quincy can be our healer.
Funny.
I mean, it's either that or health potion.
I don't think I don't think the gob's gonna work for like travel purposes because I weigh 300 pounds alone.
Oh.
Well,
What?
that's why I said you could just be in the back of holding.
Yeah, we'll just get a bag
no.
folding just for you.
No thanks. I'm not a Pokemon. Benjamin, we're in a fight. I choose you.
Benjamin, I choose you.
I mean, does time slow down in that area? Because I mean, you wouldn't even notice that like a day has passed then.
The only issue you'd have is the whole suffocation thing.
Yeah, but he's a robot. He doesn't need to breathe.
That's true, yes.
Yeah.
It's very true.
You guys are treating me like I'm nothing, okay?
You are like an item.
I have feelings.
Do you really?
I feel deep hate now. I challenge you to a duel.
Bring it on. I
The
feel
only
pretty
winning
powerful,
move is
Quincy,
not
with
to
all
play.
these items I got.
So, what are you purchasing?
I'm fine with keeping my portion.
Okay.
I really want the flying carpet. I've never had a flying carpet before.
I mean, it's up to you, but it's not gonna work.
Of course it will. We'll find a way.
Life finds a way.
And think about long
ship.
rests. We could just fly up into the sky and take a long rest in the middle of the sky.
Sounds safe.
Exactly.
Huh. That's is that a swarm of rocks over there?
What do people want?
Well, I definitely want the chain of returning.
Okay, so 1 times chain of...
I'll take the midnight. That was pretty cheap.
Okay.
And I'll have Orb of the Archmage,
Okay.
1,300. I mean, can we afford everything?
Yes.
Like I have to.
I would hazard a guess and say yes.
Yeah.
We have, what was it, 26,000 gold?
Nice.
Well, I don't think we added Linda's current stash of money to that amount.
No, I have 26,000 gold.
Well, then why are you even asking for permission to buy the carpet?
Because it's still the party's money.
Ah, okay. Because I was
Because
gonna say, as
he's
long
not
as you
evil.
buy that chain of returning from me, you can do whatever you want with it.
So, you wanted the Orb of the Archmage.
Yeah, which is 1,300. And the +2 studded leather armor, which is 1,250.
Ning-a-ning-a-ning-a-ning-on. So, Archmage is 1,300. Studded armor was
1,250.
Mm-hmm.
50. Yep.
Yes, and then for the reincarnate spell, rare oils and ingredients worth at least 1,000 GP.
You sort of see behind the counter, there's like this bookshelf just filled with all sorts of urns containing all manner of sort of these essential oils.
Yeah. Essential oils.
Oh. That's how he makes his money. Like behind that, there's a lot of cabinets full of Avon.
Yeah. And then for the greater restoration spell.
Yeah.
I mean, there is diamond dust worth at least 100 GP,
Yep.
but I could buy maybe some more. I don't know how much he has and how much is.
He looks to you and says, I've got a fair amount. He sort of takes out a nearby sort of red leather pouch and unravels it. You see this glimmer of all these sorts of small dust and stones and whatnot. I have about 2,000 gold worth. You're happy to take what you need, providing you pay for it, of course. At which point he laughs.
I mean, I don't know if we should spend too much. I don't know how useful it will be.
Maybe get 1 or 2. Just
What diamond dust?
Yeah.
Like 1 incarnate, like 5 cast of Great Restoration or something like that.
Well, the Greater Restoration spell, which uses the diamond dust, can cure a charmed or petrified effect, a curse including the target's attunement to a cursed item. It can cure reduction to the target's ability scores, and it can cure an effect reducing the target's hit point maximum. But like I said, because I can use this spell once per day, so it's not gonna be something I use all the time. It's gonna be if one of us ends up in trouble. I guess.
Yeah, but there's no reason why not to stock up, because we might be in places we can't get it anymore.
Yes.
After time.
Should we get 5 maybe? 500 worth?
Yeah.
500 gold's worth.
Yeah, so I can use it 5 times.
Okay.
Did you want the armor as well?
Yes, I already went through that one. That, yeah. You have listed 4 things for me, right? Or
I currently have that.
yeah, the last 4 items are mine. Wait, one. I thought it was 1 0 less on the armor.
Yes.
Because that armor
Do
is
many zeros.
Broke, we're also selling 2 items, so we get 510 back from that.
Yeah.
510 return. Okay.
I'd like to keep my portion of the money for like the next time we see a shop.
I mean, I got 9 coins, so that's my portion of money.
Woo! I got 8.
I can buy a place to sleep with that. Then again, now that I've got armor, does that also mean I actually got pockets to keep the coins in?
Pockets? What is this? It's a luxury.
Well, pouch.
That's your own personal bag of holding.
True that.
Wow. This is an eye-opener for VMAC.
I think the ring of spell storing could also be quite useful.
Yeah, but who is having it and who wants it?
What's the price for Ring of Spellstorm?
1,000.
So, what are you guys' attunement status right now? How many?
0.
1.
3.
Mine's going to be 3 with.
I like how the barbarian is like fitted with all these magical items.
Damn right.
I mean, it's the right way to go, I'd say.
I mean, I can't cast spells, but my items, on the other hand.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How many do you have, Mela?
Items that require attunement.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That I need to attune to, or that I have
Both.
attuned to before as well. Okay. Yeah, because I have the Jade Pendant since before, and now the Orb of the Archmage will also require attunement, so 2.
But the armor
was not attunement, I think. Or did I miss that? No. Wait. It doesn't say attunement on
Yeah.
the armor. Yeah.
So 2 for you then.
Yeah.
It's good to know.
I mean, if you want the shield as well, you could also take it if you want to.
Shield?
Yeah, shield of
Self-defense.
missile defense. +1.
I have a +1 shield.
Oh, okay.
And I mean, isn't it pretty good for you to have a shield as well?
I already have a shield. I just don't think the effect, other than the +1, is worth that much money. And useful for the current situation we're in.
Fair.
What I'm saying, Dean, your item is trash.
Oh shit! I'll have to try harder.
Where's my legendary item?
It's like wow all over again.
I'm just hoping to come by a shop. Like, I want to buy a vestige now. Come on, I want it.
So any
Yeah. Well, I have 3 medical items that I'm attuning to, so
Okay.
I will.
guess that's my maximum, I think.
I'll take the spell of storing then.
Okay.
Because
Well.
I think it's good if someone else takes it. I could, based on what I read, I mean, anyone can store a spell, so I guess I could give someone a healing spell.
Yep.
Yeah. And it uses your spell DC as well, so
Hey, Broke,
yes.
go to the deer and ask him to store fireballs in it.
No.
Yeah, you could do.
Or an identify spell might also be
That could
practical.
also work. How much was spell storing?
1,000.
1,000. Yeah, that's way worth it. And maybe come back for the carpet.
Okay.
Come back?
Yeah. Maybe.
Z really wants the
I
carpet.
really want that carpet. It's 80 feet movement. Come on.
But aren't you buying it now?
We need 2
Mela,
carpets.
how much gold do you still have?
Me?
Yeah.
3,032.
So if we add that up to our current treasury, how much would that get us?
I think you still got quite a bit.
A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This isn't. This is like a small dent.
Yeah, so just buy the carpet then.
Okay, I'll buy the carpet as well.
Z obviously has no impulse control.
It's part of
mean,
my
to be
character
fair,
flaw.
This whole encounter with you dying just means that every fight could be our last.
Could be.
And think
So-
about this, it's 80 feet movement and I got spell storing. I could just whiz around shooting stuff at people.
So you sort of take hold of this long, sort of large, crimson red robe carpet with sort of gold motifs worn around the outside. It's quite a nice thing, and it's super soft to the touch.
Nice.
And as you sort of step on it, you get this slight tingling sensation flowing through your body.
Wait, the carpet gives a tingling sensation?
Hmm.
Are you sure we bought the right carpet, bro?
Who cares?
Put your balls on it.
So that should be 17,940 gold.
What a
No.
bargain.
That we have left, or no?
No, that's what we spent.
That's the total. Oh.
Nah, my portion of the gold. I'll keep it separate.
Well, I'll just give the rest of it to Mela.
So deduct whatever you're paying for.
So 26,953, 7,940. We have 9,000 1,000 gold left.
Can I have 5,000 of that? I want my portion.
You deducted the resurrection of cluster, right?
Yes, yeah, the 5,000 was taken then.
Yeah.
I had 11 gold, which is tabaxi money. So if I'll give you Mela 9,000 gold.
Okay.
Nice easy number.
I mean, Quincy, you don't really need the gold, do you? I mean,
It's not like I'm gonna buy potions or some shit like that because
No,
people don't want
I
that.
think you're like gonna show up in bling bling gear.
Yes, because my character really likes bling bling gear. It's not like he walks around half naked because he's made out of wood and metal.
Well, I already thought he was like Bender from Futurama and just shows up.
No.
Shut up, baby. I know it.
I got myself a magical carpet.
Oh, yeah. So you sort of leave Zinaros's boutique. He sort of waves you one off, happy with today's sales.
Bella.
What?
Can I have some money?
For what?
Personal items. And I
I
need
thought-
to buy potions and reagents for poisons.
I thought you had money.
No, I have 8 coins.
we literally, every time there was a coin drop, you were the one that got it.
Yeah, you guys always pick it up because you're greedy.
No.
Yes.
Well, I mean, VMAX character thinking is just like, well, I don't know where to put it, so here, have it.
You should buy a backpack.
I mean, I suppose I could, but then again, this works as well, so.
How much do you need?
5,000.
What?
Yeah.
Is this
Okay,
like you
what's
asking
the
for
price?
allowance?
This is like the share of what we all got divided by 5, even less so.
Okay. What does the party members say for this? The rest of the group. I'll leave this as a team decision.
Well, I just spent 12k on a magical carpet, so I got no place to speak.
Yeah. Yep. True. I mean, as long as it's beneficial to the group, I don't really.
I mean, yeah, if I buy better weaponry for myself, it helps you guys, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, another thing that we could do with the remaining money is that we donate it to the order, so they can buy like better equipment and items for the soldiers that could help us in the end fight.
What fucker is this?
Blackjack and hookers.
Denios, what's your spell DC?
Oh, one moment.
+1 now.
Yeah.
Find a way to.
Spell this. You mean the spell attack?
Both.
Spell save. Okay. I haven't added the new item. My spell save DC was 18, so it should be 19 when I attune. And attack mod is +10 for spells.
Nice.
With proficiency, wisdom, and jade pendant, it should be 11 when I think when I had the
11.
new item.
Okay.
So yeah, +1 when I've attuned, so it will be 19 and 11.
So the attack is 11, DC's 19.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Just so I know when I use the spell ring.
Alrighty.
But depends on what spell I use, because Cure Wounds doesn't use attack.
No. Whatever, we'll figure it out as we go.
Mm-hmm.
But Benjamin, did you need to buy reagents and stuff?
Yes. Make poisons and healing potions.
Always useful.
Yeah.
So we'll give him the 1,000, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Sounds good.
I
Yeah.
mean, you just bring back the rest if there's anything left over.
Fair. Alrighty. So I presume, Benjamin, you sort of go off and find whatever you need through
Yeah.
the criminal underbelly of Duskin.
I mean, yeah, probably yes.
Very well. So, with that, the remainder of the day is a fairly uneventful one. Actually, no, you've had a long rest, so I guess it wouldn't be the day. So you get up to about, say, midday by this point. You finish whatever shopping that you need to. Righty, so you make your way back to the teleportation circle that you used to originally. No, you came. One of I lost my train of thought. You arrived in via the ship. So you find your way back to Adir, who says he can get you back to Zarazan or wherever you need to go.
To be in the desert, don't we?
So if you're looking for Kindra, it is the Great Deserts to the far east.
To home!
Do we actually need that item?
Yes.
I mean, who's going to use it?
Maybe. Wink, wink.
Oh, no, but seriously, like, do we need it?
It was quite highly voted when you guys did your little
I
poll.
mean, if Rogue wants to go home, we might as well just pay him a visit. I mean, how long is the trip? Like a couple of days?
Who knows?
2 years later.
I mean, it's teleportation, so you'll arrive there immediately. It's just a question of how long the task is going to take.
Well, then that's fine, right?
Plus, we can always muster the tabaxi to help us fight the demons.
Anyways, I mean,
I mean, we would need to stock up on more alcohol then.
Yes, not everyone is alcoholic like me.
Really, because my first encounter with your race so far has proven otherwise.
I just like
These
new
mix
sights and sounds.
yeah, I just don't want this to be a waste of time. Our world is at the cusp with this demon invasion.
Is it on the bottom right of the map?
Yeah.
So, yes, if you look at the far map, there is a desert area to the very far east.
Now that's a big nothing if I've ever seen one.
Yes, your kind have not explored our lands for quite some time.
I mean, I don't think they've ever seen a Goliath. I mean, we're in the mountains there, Rogue. I'm already wearing armor. I'm already getting warm from just that. And now you want me to go to the fucking desert?
I assure you the nights are quite cold.
Nice.
So, what would you like to do?
Well, I think we just stock up on general provisions and just
Okay.
go there.
Very well. So,
I mean,
To
with
home.
that, Adir sort of gives you a farewell and says good luck. Hopefully we will see one another back soon. He gives a quick flick of the wrist, a few wisps of light emanate around yourselves and your vision goes black. There's this sort of, you feel like this force impact your body. As you open your eyes once more, you'll sort of find yourself standing in the middle of the blinding desert sun. Various sort of large rock stalagmites and what's the word? Like ridges surround you, and it seems as though you're in a long, forgotten valley. Various sort of ruined buildings surround you, and you get the impression at some point or another this probably featured as a settlement of some kind, but has long since been abandoned. And as you look down, you can see sort of the light of the teleportation circle runes beneath your feet begin to slowly fade away, just leaving the inscriptions where it once stood.
Well, I hope you guys have enough food.
Maybe.
While we are traveling,
Okay.
assuming, I mean, I guess it will take some time. I think we should fill the ring with spells.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
What ones would you like to put in the ring of storing?
Well, is there anyone else who have something they want to contribute?
Yes, I can cast spells.
I was actually just about to look up druid spells. 5th level.
Yeah, but I mean, I have to have it repaired. But of course, technically, I guess if we have if we have several days with long rest, I could prepare something else, load it into the ring, and change back if there's something you want specifically, Rogue. I would say like you could use mass cure wounds.
Mass cure wounds would be good. Yeah, the highest level.
I mean, you can have like 5 cure wounds in there for level 1 if you wanted.
Yeah. I guess. What was the ring? You had to roll something, right?
It was.
Well, the DM had to roll something.
Yeah, to see how many spell slots you had. Like Mass Cure Wounds is a level 5 spell, and I guess my understanding of.
Oh yeah, when it's found, it has 1d6.
Sorry, 2 seconds.
Pretty sure we can assume it's
any creature that can the ring can store up to 5 levels of a spell. When found, it contains 1d6. That's the store spell should by the DM. It seems as though 2 seconds. Zinneros has cleared it. It's been sitting on his shelf for quite some time.
That's fine.
There's a wish in it.
Yeah, healing spells. Maybe some damage spells, just in case.
Yeah, but how many spells can it store? The ring can
5.
store to 5 levels worth of spell cases.
Yep.
But, if I store a level 5 spell, does that mean it takes all the space? Yeah. So you can have 1 Mass Cure Wounds, possibly. I mean, that one might be the best one to store, I would say, because the level 5 one is a ranged. It's a 60 feet healing.
Okay.
And you can choose up to 6 creatures in a 30-foot radius. What?
Yeah, it's like a explosion of healing. It's like fireball, but it heals 6 targets.
Yes. But I copy-pasted the text, and the range I pasted is 60 feet.
Yeah, so...
50-foot radius.
Yeah, from wherever you cast it.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine.
But you choose a point within 60 feet, and within 30 feet of that point, you can choose 6 feet.
Aha, yes. Okay, yeah.
Yep, so 1 Mass Cure Wounds, please.
Yep.
Okay. You sort of spend a moment getting your bearings, at which point Mela uses her magics to infuse the ring with Mass Cure Wounds. Alright.
And I will load stuff into my slot thingy as well. Maybe I'll have the same. The Orb of the Archmage.
What is your spell ability modifier?
Wisdom, I think.
Wisdom is +5.
+5. Let's see if that works. Hey, okay, yep. Wunderbar.
So are you using the charges of the Orb of the Archmage to not consume spell slots, Dinius?
No, I meant like, I mean, since we're traveling several days now, I assume, and I will use like 1 day to load up Rogue's Ring, and then rest to regain spell slots.
Yep.
And then I would like, I mean, I understand that my ring or orb can use a similar kind of feature, or is that it?
No, not quite.
Prime, I got a question. If
Yep.
I were to attack with the chain of returning,
Yep.
Does the attack rule change?
No, it's the same. It's just instead of a melee attack, it's now a ranged one.
Okay.
Be right back.
No, okay. I think I understand, Prime. I don't have to prepare the orb. I can just
No, it's just whenever you're casting a spell, for example, say a 5th level spell, you could say, I consume 5 charges for the orb, and it doesn't reduce any of my spell slots.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah.
So it gives you extra battery life, so to speak.
Yeah. And I guess, was it already full when I got it?
Yes, it has all charges.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. Then, I mean, I don't use it. I'm just keeping it saved for later.
Okay. So while Cluster grabs a tea, I will do the same, and then we'll continue going.
Also, about the area that we've entered, I'm gonna assume that Rogue has given us a bit of an explanation about the area and has helped us with the preparing of food and drinks and whatever.
Maybe.
I mean, I hope you told us to bring water.
Bring lots of water.
We're going to a desert. Who wouldn't bring water?
I mean, well, if Rogue didn't say that, well then we're just gonna drink his alcohol instead.
I was going to say, Z's got plenty of alcohol for you.
I mean, it doesn't really help with first, but those are details.
Crazy if you think you're getting my alcohol. I was just looking through. I do have a previously attuned item.
Alrighty.
I am back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
I double checked my notes. My Swift Song did require achievement.
Okay.
I have 2 attuned items.
Prime, another question about the chain.
Yeah, what's up?
Does the rage bonus count in that attack?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll say for all intensive purposes, it counts as a melee attack, but it's a melee attack at 30 feet.
Okay.
Or 30, 60 feet, whatever.
Alright, well, I will leave it up to you what you
Because
want.
in my other group, there's a paladin that has it, and he smites while he does it.
Awesome. Long range smite!
Pretty much, yeah.
Justice!
Dispensing justice from rage.
I mean, if he has a mace or a hammer, it's just ridiculous. Wait, does that mean you can just be 4? Just throw the hammer, just take it back?
Yeah, basically.
Shall we go?
I am back.
Welcome back.
That's fun. So, like I say, here comes the art, of course. So, you sort of look around and you get the impression you're in some kind of quite deep valley. There are very large sort of rocky foundations and landscapes across the nearby scenery. The temperature is quite warm here, as you would expect from a desert. Land is very arid. Nevertheless, as you sort of gaze across, two things seem to dominate your attention. In the far distance, there seems to be what you can see is like the sort of outline of various sort of buildings. Difficult to tell how large the settlement is, but you can definitely see that there is some kind of village or collective in the far off distance to your east. To the north, however, there's a far more ominous tone. There seems to be sort of a large sort of sandstorm that's gathered, and much like sort of like this large hurricane in the distance, it sort of dominates the nearby horizon. Well, I say nearby; it's some distance away, probably a day or so at least. And that's at the very sort of edge of your vision to the north.
Seem to be heading our way.
No, it seems static. But you sort of see every now and then the cackle of lightning emanate out and whatnot. So it's definitely quite an ominous storm in the distance. But yeah, you watch for a while you sort out all your spells and whatnot, and it doesn't appear to be moving, or if it is, very slowly.
A bad omen.
Potentially so.
I mean, you're from this area, Rogue, so do you recognize it?
Do I recognize it?
Sandstorms are fairly common, but this definitely seems to be quite fierce and hefty in size. It's definitely sort of not one that you've seen previously. It almost has like a supernatural look to it. Especially the fact that it's not moving whatsoever.
Well,
so they did teleport us exactly where we need to be for the artifact, or?
You have no idea. I mean, that's the impression that you got, but as far as you're aware, you've sort of walked out from a teleportation circle. Like I say, it looks like it was at some point a small settlement. There are ruined buildings around you, but it's long been abandoned.
Can I do a survival check to determine if we're in the right direction?
I mean,
I'm gonna guess it's gonna be a hard check.
Well, I'm thinking, what would you check? How would you apply survival to this situation?
Smell the sand.
Well, let me change the question then. Can I do a survival check if someone has recently passed this area?
Yes, you most certainly can do that, yes. Okay. You have a good little look around, and it doesn't look like this valley has been traversed in quite some time. You sort of find a nearby vantage point in which to look out from, and you can kind of get the impression you see maybe the occasional caravan heading in the distance. So there are definitely people around, but yeah, it doesn't look like anyone's coming this way.
Out of all the equipment that's in the town, what does it look like this town did before being abandoned?
Sorry, what was that, Benjamin?
What does it look like the town had tools for?
Okay, I see. Make an investigation check, please.
5.
So you have a little look around, but it seems as though anything of value has long since been taken. Difficult to ascertain sort of who might have lived here, really. Most of the masonry looks like it's crumbled to dust.
So, Rogue, wouldn't you be able to just use the carpet to fly up and just take a look around the scenery to see if you recognize your
I can
hometown?
show you the world.
I will flick the carpet into the air and say Versailles.
Okay, so you give it an old, you unravel it and have a little sit on
and then we find out that we got scammed.
Yeah. You grab hold of the two front corners and woof, you take on flight. So, I'll say given the height advantage, I'll give you advantage on this, but I would like a perception check from yourself, please, Z.
11.
Okay. That's enough. So, you have a little look around. You're able to sort of have a little look through, and the storm itself, you're still not sure of. It still gives you this unnervy feeling, and you don't recognize it per se. The small town, however, is one that you recognize. And definitely from this vantage point, you get a much better look at what this area, this settlement is. You recognize it as the town of Medar. Medar.
Okay.
It's quite large. You'd say a good population of maybe a couple of thousand. And you would happen to know it's sort of towards the outskirts of the desert. It sort of borders the nearby coastline. So it's some distance away, but you can clearly make it out from where you are. And as you sort of look on yonder, you can sort of see the coastline nearby that Medar sort of borders on.
Okay.
That's a big hike to get to that slot location.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we are quite off course. Maybe it's got something to do with that dust storm. Varying with the magic. Maybe we should head to the town and see if we can find a desert guide.
Sure.
Your call, what you want to do.
So go to Medar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a good call.
Okay. So you sort of fly on back down, see? Step off on the carpet and wrap it back up once more, and you sort of let everyone know you're finding. Okay, so who's guiding the way?
I will guide the way.
Very well. Make a survival check, please, and I'll give you advantage given this is your home territory.
Yeah. 18.
18. You're very easily able to work your way back around here. It's sort of, you get a flood of memories from way back when you were here last. And you're easily able to identify a clear route through east to head towards Medar. As you make your way on through, you sort of begin heading down to sort of ground level, and then you rise up again sort of through the various sort of rocky foundations before you. It's quite a slog. Sort of you head on through the day, making your way through. No real sort of signs of anyone around you. Maybe just the occasional bird flying overhead, but that's about all what reach you. You take your first long rest inside the Great Desert, able to find sort of a small little vantage point to keep an eye out of the nearby scenery. The temperature drops quite substantially as the nightfall comes, but you're able to sort of provide yourselves with various sort of means to keep yourselves warm and out of trouble. So, you finish a long rest, you sort of wake on up to a new morning, and you set on off once more. This process continues, this travel continues for the remainder of the day. And as sort of the sun begins setting in the distance, you finally make your way up to the gates of Madar. Alrighty. So, I don't know whether, I would say probably hazard on the size of yes. See, you've probably been in Madar before.
Okay. Yeah.
It's not a million miles away from where you spent most of your time. And you would know the desert really doesn't have that many settlements. There's a couple of villages, maybe, especially the Tabaxi villages. But Madar is kind of the big sort of central point to the desert. Well, it's not in the center, but it's the main gathering place. Yeah. That's probably the better way of putting it.
Okay.
So you would know that it functions as quite a large sort of bazaar. It's got quite a large marketplace. Given the fact that it's next to the coastline, it's also got quite a lot of port trade coming in and out. And it attracts a lot of different people from all walks of life. There's a couple of guards that are on sort of post. You're coming in from the West District side. They give us sort of a peruse of individuals coming and going. As you sort of look across the nearby individuals, you see all manner of humans. You see quite a few Tabaxi, actually. A couple of others of your kinds. A few others seem to be the more sort of cat-like form. And yeah, that seems to be about the extent of things, really. Humans definitely still seem to be the dominant population here, but it's not your usual mix that you're used to, say, back west.
Hey, for once we fit in.
So, you make your way into Madar proper, entering the old town. Sort of various sort of individuals working away in all kinds of establishments. It's quite narrow and tight alleyways here, and there's various sort of stalls that have been set up at the roadside with individuals selling all manner of wares and goods. So, what are you looking for in Madar?
Information, so we go to the pub.
Yeah, I'm going to go looking for probably another Tabaxi as a desert guide.
Okay.
Somebody that's travelled around a lot.
I'm gonna go solo. I don't want to bother you guys with what I'm gonna do, so I'll talk to Prime about this later.
What? What kind of what? Is this gonna be the part where we have to get you out of prison or something?
Maybe.
Shady stuff.
My payment for the Tabaxi race is gonna be unfolded here when I genocide these people.
Okay, fair enough. So, with that, to start off with, Z, can you make an investigation check?
Then.
Okay. You start making your way through the alleyways and whatnot. It takes you a while, but nevertheless, you are at least able to make some progress. You talk to various individuals here and there. It's a guide, mainly, that you're looking for, right?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. They sort of point you into the right direction. And as you sort of make your way through, you see a nearby Tabaxis just sort of keeping an eye on sort of the flow of traffic coming and going. You begin to approach, and he sort of looks to you. He is a cat-like tabaxi. And he sort of gives you an eye up and down and says, "Yeah?
We're looking for a guide.
We?" He sort of looks around.
My
Hi.
friend.
I mean, to be fair, we're kind of hard to miss,
That's true.
considering
Hey,
our
look
size.
here. A guide.
Yes.
Thinking of heading out into the desert, are you?
We must head west.
Very well. The name's Game, by the way.
See.
Pleasure. I'm happy to take you out west.
What would you know of the sandstorm that's out that way?
That's been out there for a few months now. Ominous little thing. Well, ominous thing, but I don't like it. We usually get sandstorms, but not like this.
Has anyone actually explored it?
A few people have tried, adventurers like yourselves, I presume, but no one's returned.
And knowing our luck, we'll. I believe we must head into the depths of it.
He sort of raises his eyebrows and says, "Well, I mean, it's your loss, but I'm happy to take you over there, but I'm not setting foot near the thing."
Is there like a guild in this town that's like offering a bounty and has sent in adventurers for?
No guilds, just your usual treasure thieves. From what I hear, there are storms like this out west, in the western parts of the desert. Not seen them myself, but that's what the rumor on the grapevine is. But this one seems to have now formed over on east. I don't like it myself, but strange phenomenon. Perhaps it moves. Who knows? But if you want to take a chance and go into it, well, be my guest. I'll do you a deal. I'll take you out there, get you to the foot of the sandstorm, make sure that you have safe passage through the deserts. You pay me, we go our separate ways.
I step up
Sure.
from behind.
Yeah.
And I say, "Well, my name is Yu. Do you have any recommendations for gear that we might need to actually venture into a sandstorm?"
Well, he sort of looks long and hard. He says, "Well, you're probably going to need something to keep yourself from being thrown all over the place. So maybe some adventuring and climbing gear. Yourself rooted to the ground."
I see.
I mean, you're asking the impossible here. I can't say I've had too many experiences in a sandstorm, but
So, if a sandstorm is kind of like a tornado, doesn't it have an eye in the middle that's pretty much clear and open? So can we just use the carpet to just fly over it and then just land down?
maybe.
That's way too much intelligence for VMAC.
I'm sorry, I'm out of character.
It's possible.
It's a
These
huge.
sandstorms are nasty and they're pretty strong, but if you hunker down and let them pass, you're usually pretty good to go. This thing, however, it just seems to cling to the place. If I weren't a superstition, I'd say that it's protecting something.
Are there any local legends about what's in that area?
Make a persuasion check. Okay. He looks to you and says, you hear everything these days. Myth and legend hang to these deserts. Many cultures pass on through. You hear many things.
Such as?
Who knows? I'm here to get you to the sandstorm. I'm not a storyteller.
Okay, I then ask my question to Z, since he is from this area. Do you know anything?
Do I know anything?
Make a history check.
You're asking the wrong person.
You know of sandstorms. Like I say, they are particularly common, amongst the Great Deserts, but for the most part, they're simply just passing phenomena. When one approaches, you hunger down, you wait for it to pass, you're all good. This one looks fairly fierce and unnatural, and it kind of just clings to the place like a giant hurricane.
Like a giant air elemental?
Oh, shit.
Okay.
You would definitely hazard a guess that it's not natural. Something is either creating, sustaining, or it's here for some kind of purpose. But in terms of what that is, no idea.
Angry Pharaoh.
What's your price for the escort?
He looks to you all and sort of begins counting you all up. 10 gold ahead. So 50.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Guys, want to get some supplies before we head out?
Yes, please.
Yes.
And
Okay.
maybe you pose that question, VMAC, to some other people to get to know some of the lore around here.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe somebody in the bazaar would know more.
Mm-hmm.
Or in the library, where the nerds are.
Well, Game looks to you and says, I'll be by the gates. Let me come find me when you're ready to go.
Wouldn't it make more sense for the guy to come with us to buy the supplies?
He looks to you and says, what do I look like, a caddy? Sure.
No, we're not asking you to carry your stuff. We're just thinking that maybe you could give us discount, or maybe you get a bonus from the seller if you refer people to the store.
You haven't been around these parts, have you? People don't do anything for free.
Yeah, so I'm... okay, I'm way out of character anyway.
Let it go,
so
VMAC.
I'm out of character anyway. I'm being way too smart now with this armor.
He sort of steps on off and says, don't keep me waiting. And begins heading on through the crowds towards the West District gate. So, you want to get some research. Finding supplies is not a particularly difficult task. There's plenty of market bazaars around. You're able to stock up on whatever you need for the journey. Finding information, however, that's going to require some of your talents. So, who's doing what?
I'll have a look around in the...
Okay. So you can either use persuasion, you can use investigation, or perhaps try your hand at another skill if you say how you want to apply it.
Can we use money as a skill?
Yeah, you can pay
Considering
people.
he just said that everyone does it for money.
Exactly. If you want to pay people, it could definitely help you.
No, I just say we go to the library.
The fuck is a library?
At books.
Yeah, probably won't find any this far east.
No, I mean, isn't this more like an outpost type?
Yeah.
settlement?
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this place does have a library or some sort.
Well, you can take a look, VMAC. We'll just take a look around here. Where
I'm gonna...
All right.
Okay.
It's either tavern or bazaar.
You're cool.
What do you think, Z?
I think that the bazaar would have more rumours going around than the taverns in these places.
Okay.
Oh, I
Then
thought you would have said the tavern.
Yes, but
the
this
bazaar
is...
tells alcohol as well here.
Yeah, the taverns are more sleeping quarters than...
I mean, we'll ask the vendors
Yeah.
whilst we're shopping for
Okay.
gear and stuff.
So, yourself, I'll give you advantage thanks to Z's guidance. So, like I say, you can either make an investigation check, a persuasion check, or you can try and apply some other skill.
I'll start easy with investigation.
Okay. So, good thing that you have advantage.
Yeah.
Thanks to Z's sort of guidance, he's able to steer you in the right direction. And with your charming personality, you're able to get a little bit of conversation going. So, you're able to find out that the storm has been seen in the west quite often, dating back a good decade or so. But it recently moved to its new location, seemingly out of the blue. Many people consider it to be an omen of some kind, though some believe that it's some kind of supernatural defense mechanism.
Okay. And no one
Rumor
knows.
has it that a few adventurers were attracted, believing that there was treasure inside, but they haven't been seen or heard from since.
And what do the people think? Do they think there are any treasures in that particular area?
You get a mixed opinion. Some think it's a fool's ambition to try and search for it. Others seem convinced that it's got to be protecting something pretty magnificent. You hear some say it's a sign of the gods at work. Others say it's something must be far more nefarious. Others say they simply don't know what it is, but it definitely it feels ominous.
I see.
I take it wasn't present when I travelled west originally.
No. I mean, the Great Desert is a pretty big place.
Yeah. Just looking at the maps, it would have been...
Yeah, you didn't see anything, unfortunately.
Tricky.
Hi, Dean.
Yes.
Hi, Dean.
Oh, hi.
But yes, I would definitely recommend buying some face coverings.
Yes, like goggles or something.
Goggles did not be.
Oh
Like-
no, my freedom.
My garb is designed to keep out such sand.
Yeah, I mean, you said you were stocking up on supplies and whatnot, so you find food, you find water, you find some basic sort of climbing supplies and face masks, etc. You know, usual provisions and whatnot.
Some climbing gear, just like Game said.
So you stock up to the best of your ability. Is there anything else that you'd like to do before you set on off? Any other questions you want to peruse or?
The 50 gold thing?
Yeah.
Is there anything more now with all of the... I mean, should I subtract any more money except for 50 gold?
I'll say to avoid looking it up, 5 gold is enough to outfit all of you guys with what you need.
Per person or in total?
No, in total.
Nice.
Climbing gear, face covering, some food and water.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't get my mind around any questions, really.
Yeah. That's fine. I just wanted to give you the opportunity if there's anything else that you wanted to ask.
Cool.
Alrighty. So, with that, you meet up with Game, who's just sort of waiting for the time being, and he sort of sees you. He's got like a long sort of leather trench coat on, and sort of hood up, and the face covering on. And he sort of looks to you. So, you ready?
I believe we are.
Benjamin Abyss.
Yes, we are now.
Alrighty. With that, he turns and begins walking. He sort of looks around and says, let me know if you can't keep up. And he begins sort of breaking out into a bit of a pace, quickened pace.
Does the rest of us who sit in the carpet and just follow closely behind him? We can all like, well, if you want, you can also hop up.
It would make the journey quicker.
I think with that, we will leave the session there and see what happens in 2 weeks.
Yay!
We're all gonna die.
I'm sure it'll go amazingly.
I mean, after the next session, now it's gonna be like never trusted Tabaxi.
I'm sure he's a fine fellow. Nothing to be worried about.
Insight check.
Oh shit!
Thanks for the session.
No, thank you guys. Bit of a shopping field session, but hey, it's all good. Mix it up a bit every now and then.
Yeah, that feels good.
I got a magic carpet.
I mean, I really feel overpowered now, so...
So you're gonna die.
Yes!
Next session.
I mean, it's fine. It's not like you're going up against legions of demons or anything.
Exactly.
It's all good.
Massive sandstorm. What could go wrong?
Yeah.
Do.
I mean, now I do have one more weakness, which is sand in between the armor. I mean, normally it would just go on the body and it just like wouldn't itch or anything like that, but now that I'm wearing armor, it's gonna itch all over the place.
It's coarse and it gets everyone.
Yeah,
I was just looking that up.
this desert is really gonna grind my gears.